Welcome back to the Thrive Method podcast. This season, we're exploring the 7 principles that underpin everything we do here at Thrive. They're not rules to follow, they're principles to help you make better decisions, reconnect with your values, and become your true ultimate self. And I truly believe that everybody's capable of this. And I've seen it and witnessed it many times with clients over the years and with my own self and development. Okay. Now, here's the question for you. Have you ever got to the end of a week and wondered, why do I keep doing this? You promised yourself this weekend will be different. You had every intention of eating well, staying active, maybe drinking a little bit less, but somehow you found yourself back in the same place. If that's you, then this episode is for you. And I know you're not alone here. Much of my work is helping people to move through this. And this principle is all about awareness before action. Okay. So, to give you a little bit of context, I had a conversation with a client of mine just very recently who believed that the answer was more discipline. Said, John, I need more discipline, particularly over the weekends. They felt they do really well during the week, but then come the weekend and everything would fall to pieces and they would revert back to those disruptive patterns and habits. Food intake and choices would just plummet, and alcohol consumption would become all or nothing. There was no control around it. Hitting Monday then would just feel like they're just stuck, feeling frustrated, and the ever revolving loop would start over again. Now, the principle is here harnessing our ability to become aware. Awareness is where it needs to begin, where it needs to begin. Okay. Awareness before action. I think awareness is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves, particularly in a world where it's so disruptive, it's so loud, and so much going on. We are lacking in awareness. Okay. Now, how empowering would it feel to actually take a moment for yourself, something that we rarely do, but to take a moment for yourself and think of a moment within your week where you respond? Okay. Now, this could be at work, at lunchtime, in the food hall, where you just, without thinking, you just pile stuff on your plate and you go about your day. It could be at the evenings where you're home, you're tired from the day's responsibilities and stresses, or at the weekends where you're out at a restaurant or socializing with friends. Now, this is so powerful because you are bringing awareness to something that you may not have been aware before. And this is the very thing that may be holding you back. Okay. And that's why many people are like, why did I do that? Why is this happening? Because there is no awareness. We're just responding. Okay. It's not the lack of motivation, discipline, or the need for huge restriction, but the ability to bring our awareness to the very thing that is holding us back. From this, we're able to respond, not react. Okay. And this is very important to realize. You cannot change something you cannot see. Okay. It's very important that we realize that. You cannot change something that you cannot see. And unfortunately, what we're doing is we're going about our weeks not seeing these things. We are just responding, okay, in that moment. Now, the science as humans, we start to create these loops. Your brain is constantly trying to save energy. Once it finds a familiar response to stress or overwhelm and anxiety, it repeats it. Okay? Those neurons in your brain have hooked up these feelings and emotions with this particular environment and habit and linked them up. Okay. And those loops and patterns may not be the right ones for your health and well being, but it's your brain has just found a way to cope with it. And it becomes a part of you, it becomes of your weekly and even daily life. Right. Now, I like to refer to these habits as soothers. Okay. They soothe you through the situation, but you don't actually, but they don't actually support you in the long term. But the good news is that this can be changed. We have the ability to disrupt these habits, loops, and create more supportive ones, better ones that serve you rather than hinder you. Okay? Now, something I wanted to quote Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. And that's what we want to bring our awareness to, creating that space. We get awareness. First, we need to have awareness. Then we create a space to then disrupts that habit loop. And from that space, we're able to make more aligned decisions and disrupt that habit that may have been that soother that has been holding you locked in where you in your current reality. Okay. So let's work on this. Let's see if we can harness this. Not perfection, but just start to bring our awareness, start to work on this. So, one question I have for you: where in your life are you reacting instead of responding? Okay. So, here's something we can actually start to take action on. We can start to put this into the real world, our life. We can start to bring this to life. Tomorrow, just once, catch yourself. It might be reaching for food, another snack, opening Instagram, pouring another drink, opening your emails after work. Before you do, pause. Okay, not in shame or judgment, just pause and ask, what am I actually feeling? Because there's a certain feeling that is pushing you towards doing this soothing habit, this habit loop again. Okay, that's all. What am I actually feeling? Don't change anything, just notice it. That's awareness before action. You are starting to become more aware of the actions. From here, we're able then to respond, not react. Okay? So this is something you have to exercise. It's like going to the gym. You're bringing awareness to these certain habit loops, these soothing habits. From awareness, then you're able to then to become into your strength, your empowerment, be able to do something with it. Okay? So catch yourself. Just experiment tomorrow, now, today. Doesn't matter. But actually catch yourself in that moment doing one of these actions and these habits. What am I actually feeling? Okay. Now, before I finish, I wanted to leave you with this an amazing quote from Epictetus. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. And this is really powerful because we all have this ability. We all have the ability to be great and to become our ultimate selves. But that starts by becoming aware. We need to pull our awareness to this thing that is holding us locked in without judgment and shame. And from there, we create space. And from that space, we're able to take the next more aligned action. That's all I've got for you today. So just wanted to leave you with this. Remember, health isn't the destination. It's the path that allows us to become who we're capable of becoming. So until next time, keep moving, keep nourishing, keep finding stillness, and above all, keep thriving.